I did that. I did that. Mm. Tastes real good. Okay, Sean. Okay, you did that. Okay, let me pull up the stuff because y'all know I ain't never ready. Oh well. Oh well. I was gonna put Nicki Minaj in the title, but you know how the barbs are. So the barbs would have, came over here. Oh running. Talking about some no Nikki wasn't. And all of this, yes, Nikki the was. You tried it. And on my raw. So what is the yeah, we don't care about that. Yes. Hello everyone. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Yes. I don't mind doing vertical lines, but sometimes like I don't be like angle because it'll be making me look like I'm like big in here. And it's like I'm not, I'm just like tall. It's like I'm a big dude, like don't get me wrong. But I am totally fucking thin. Okay? I'd be like, oh my goodness, I walk around the house that bad. And that's on period. And then sometimes I'd be like, ew, what the fuck is that? Right? So, yeah, so these verticals be trying it. They be trying it. But it is what it is. Well, hello everyone, good morning. Good afternoon. I was like, I'm just gonna go live later, but I'll be lying to myself because like it just doesn't happen. I get caught up in a bunch of other stuff. So, yes, I love you guys. I'll call you 6'4", of greatness. Hello everyone, Snacks, Michelle, Tasha, Judith, Sunshine, Lady Locks. I like that name. Um, hello everyone. Please hit the like. Mhm. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So happy Friday. I know I'm excited. I ain't gotta get up in the morning, take nobody to school, pick nobody up, like no events, nothing like that. So I like the weekends. I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree. Hi, Lesotho. I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree. It's not up yet because I hate the holidays. Okay, Grinch. Correct. I am Grinch. So yeah, I usually put my Christmas tree up on 22nd, 23rd. Oh girl, I be put my Christmas tree up late, and I take it down early. When my kids be going up underneath the tree and all that stuff, taking their gifts and all that stuff. Like, now, don't just pick up the wrapping paper. Take the tree down too. I be like, yeah, take the tree down too. Don't y'all just pick it up wrapping paper? Pull it apart. It's fake. So yeah, take the reminder why the fuck I've been so stressed out down, please. Thank you. Don't just pick up this paper, wrap it, throw it in the garbage. Take down that damn tree. Take down the damn tree. So yes, we're gonna put it up this weekend. Like maybe we'll put it up so that I could be like a little bit on time, and whatnot. To plus, I'm not putting one up this year. Yeah, it's a hassle. It's a hassle, and my kids is getting older, so I really don't feel like they deserve all of that. I told them to be lucky if I wrap anything up because I come in here Christmas morning and just hand you the shit. Here, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Don't speak to me. Come out. And then walk to the next room. Merry Christmas. That's just at the wrap. So be lucky if I wrap anything. Because I feel like they too old for all of this. Like guessing and all of that because it's gonna be a couple of years and they're gonna get a couple of dollars on Christmas, a gift card and a Christmas card. It's just what that okay until I start having some grandchildren, which is gonna be at least 15, 20 years from now. Okay, that's my rule. And I will not. I will tell my kids, I will not claim y'all kids. If y'all have kids before I want to be a grandparent, no, I need to be ready. This is about me. This is about me. It's not. Ooh, now I put mine up before Thanksgiving. Why? Oh my God, Sonya, who's you trying to impress? Like Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, I have all bars, so it'll fix itself. It usually fixes itself. Snack says my grands. Them grands they don't need it. What is their parents doing? Snacks, girl. Don't put all that pressure on you. We are the visitors. When we become grandparents, we the visitors, because that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna come over and look at the baby. Okay, everything seemed to be fine. Turn the baby over, look in his ears and stuff. Pat him on the back. I'm your grandfather. Do you remember me? Do you remember me? Yes. I'm the one say you look like. Okay. You okay? Hmm. Now I don't even know if I like you yet. The jury's still out. Okay. Nah. Go on back to your parent. Okay. Now that's gonna be my visit. And then I'm gonna leave. So yes, at least till they get to like walk and crawling age. Then I'll be back. But other than that, girl, I'm not trying to be close to my grandchildren. For what? For what? We even got to be on first name basis, as far as I'm concerned. So, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So, yeah. So as long as I'm ready to be a grandparent, I guess they can have children. Okay, whatever. Um, but they need to wait for me. That's just what they were. That's just what they were. Um, is it grain? Yeah, it usually fixes itself. Hopefully. But yes, Sean trying to be at the clubs at 60. I'm not trying to be at the club at 60. I'm going to be. Mhm. If the Lord allows me to get to 50, 60, 70, and all of that, I'm on the dance floor. Rick. Yes. Mhm. Absolutely. Um, age is a state of mind. Absolutely is. You just ain't supposed to be out there doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. So, dropping it low and all of that. Knees is on terrible. But taking people in and stuff like that, none of that's gonna end. I'm not stopping doing any of that. Hello. So yeah, I'm planning on kicking it. Correct. You're gonna see somebody at a college party at 55 in the club. Hmm. Don't you teach my calculus class? Maybe, maybe. I'm just but I plan for that's my plan in life. I feel like that's how you beat depression. It's having a time, having fun, enjoy. I plan on doing that to the fullest. I really do. I plan on having a really good time. Uh, I know we're gonna get one. So yeah, I plan on having a good time, meeting people, exploring the world. Yeah, I feel like that's how you beat it. So yes, please hit the like. Can y'all hear me and see me and all that good stuff? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Tasha said I was at the club last night. I know that's right, Tasha girl. You better get to the club, baby. That nigga. You better beat up that last call. Please hit the like. So they call me baby, no grandma. Mm-mm. My grandkids gonna call me Sean. Hmm. Yes, call me Sean. That's my name. I went Grandpa Sean. Now I don't mind Paw Paw because that's cute. Paw Paw's cute. That's why I used to call my grandpa. I used to call him Paw Paw. Oh, I miss him. I used to call him Paw Paw. He was amazing. He was like amazing, an amazing grandparent. But yeah. So I used to call him Paw Paw. He liked when I called him Paw Paw, and I was the only one that called him Paw Paw. Like I was the only one. Like nobody else called him Paw Paw. It was just me. So and then one of my cousins tried him one time, and I came in the kitchen. And I was like, who? Who? No, his name is Grandpa. And I'm like, yeah, that was cute. Yeah, please call him Grandpa. Yeah, don't ever feel like you can cop off of me. Yeah, you got your nerve. They come here and call him Gramps or something like that. Pawpaw. Pawpaw. Because I ain't playing with my grandfather. That I loved that man. Do you understand me? He was a great man. So yeah, please hit the like, please hit the like. So I ain't play. And I was the only one that called him Pawpaw. So period. Yeah. But they call me Sean. Like, I mean, gross. I just don't have no time to be like out on a date with like a 30-year-old, you know, or something like that. And they walk past and I see my churn with they churn. Their kids weren't talking about some grandpa. Gross. Gross. No, I'm gonna need them because I'm gonna still look amazing. So I can still pass as like y'all uncle, you know, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, grandpa, I'll walk right past them. I'm like, ooh, excuse me. And walk right past. Cause yeah, no, I'm not about to be hanging out with my 35-year-old, 40-year-old friends, and they walking up talking about some grandpa. Cause I would be mortified. Like I would be mortified because like gross. So now I understand like the people that's not from our generation. If you're not from my generation and you're called like grandpa, granny, grandma, you know, stuff like that, and mom, meemaw, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, that's cute. I don't have time for any of that. So they can say that if they want to. I promise you, the kids leave my house, they be calling me Uncle Sean. I promise. Or the kids come back home like, oh, did y'all have fun? With my dad, yeah, we had fun at Uncle Sean's. Because that, like, grandpa. Like, so that's just how I feel about that. Please hit the like, please. So the title of the show. What is the title of the show? Oh, Diddy wants all of his well, he's going to be requesting. He hasn't done it yet, but he's going to. He's going to be requesting all of his charges be dropped. And I'm a girl, like, oh my god. When it happens, you'll embrace it. When my children, I want it to be a long time from now. When they do have kids, good luck getting them from me. Good luck. I love babies, especially cute ones. Okay, because there's some flies out there. It's some flies out there. And if my grandbaby ugly, I'm telling a parent. Absolutely. Yes. So I'm like, oh, so this is what y'all did, huh? Interesting. Y'all want to try again? Because spending the night is out the question. Okay? Now, you know, they say sometimes they have a glow up. Let's pray. Because, you know, but if it's ugly, because I done seen some mosquitoes swaddled. I have. I have seen some German Shepherds incubators. I absolutely have. So, but yeah, but if they're, especially if they're cute, like, oh my God, good luck getting it away from me. Okay? Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yes. Because I'm gonna like take their baby. Like it's like I'm just gonna just like love it. And just like, oh my God. So but I love babies. So when they do, I know it's gonna be like, because I'm gonna be like all over it. First of all, I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. And then after I cry because it was just like, oh my God, I'm like old as shit because it's like you're having a kid, you know. So once I get to that realization, I'll just be happy for them and just support them, you know. Would you ever have another baby? No. Now I would adopt a baby. My children will not. My kids will not allow it. If they were home right now and they hear me saying, "Would I have another baby at all?" They would have came in here. They would have came in. They would. Who? What? Because yeah, they don't. They're not interested. So they've chosen that destiny for me. They don't want any more. I don't think it's that they don't want any more siblings. I think that they're just used to each other. Like it's been them for all of these years. So they just kind of like, we good. You know, like we don't. No, we don't want that for you. So I would adopt. I would definitely do that. I would definitely adopt. But to literally go out and try to have another child, no, I wouldn't do that. No. Shout out to being parents, but when you get to your break, meaning your kids is closer to out the door than they is to, then it's like I feel like you should enjoy that, and embrace it instead of starting all the way over. Some people do it, and shout out to y'all, but that just ain't me unless they got a section in the club for babies. Because I'm planning on turning up. I'm saving all of my good energy so that when my last one graduate, it's a wrap. I'm going to jail, you know? I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna enjoy life, like do a lot of vacations, live out of a damn RV or a car, and just travel. Like I plan on doing a lot of stuff. I do. So I'm trying to do those things. I have another kid. That don't really fit the bill. But like after that, maybe like adopting, or something like that. But like an older child, like one that's like over the age of like 10. So that we're like halfway done, so that we can like speed this up, type of situation. But like adopting like a baby, no, hell no. You gotta mold them and shape them. If I adopt a 10-year-old and they don't like pan out live, that's not my fault because that's not my DNA. So I get to say that. I'd be like, look here, I don't know. Girls, they parents, girls, it's that Dana. It's that Dana. But I would probably do that, Baron. Like when I'm close to like 50. Something like that, then that would be cool. But yeah, but I plan on doing a lot of stuff. Like I wanna travel and I wanna vlog travel, and stuff like that. I just think like it's easier to do without kids. So a couple more years left, about a good 4 years, and then child every way does America. So yeah, but yeah, not a baby. I don't think I can do a baby. But yeah. So anyway, sorry. So the title is Sean Diddy Combs. Why is this up? Once all of his charges, well, he's going to be requesting that his trafficking charges, especially, get dropped. Jane Doe's, they are about to get popped. All of the Jane Doe's will be getting doxxed soon. Okay, the judges are not playing about these anonymous lawsuits. It is annoying to them, and they are ready to pop these lawsuits. So that's what they're about to do. Y'all want to sue? Y'all saying he did all of these things to y'all and whatnot. So let's get it on. Courtney B silenced. Now, I've seen people in the chat even ask, like, oh, I wonder what happened to Courtney B. I wonder what happened to Courtney B. I wonder what happened to Courtney B. Well, what happened to Courtney B was Diddy. Absolutely, 163 likes, over 400 people in the chat. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So let's start off with Burley B. Let's start off with him and these 6 colored lips. Let's get into multi-lip. Let's get into Courtney B. So y'all been wondering why y'all haven't heard from Courtney B, girl. Let's get into why y'all haven't heard from Black Licorice. So Sean Diddy Combs' attorney seeks gag order after outrageous claims from witness. Okay, attorneys argue, and this was article was on November 4th. Attorneys argue that a deluge of improper pretrial publicity and undermining Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial. Attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs are looking to restrict statements from witnesses in the embattled music mogul's ex-African case after recent revelations from a grand jury witness. A grand jury witness. Okay, so this is big. In a letter to the judge, the submarinian man, Sunday, Combs' legal team, led by attorneys Mark Agnifilio and Tenny Geragos, requested an immediate gag order that would restrain extrajudicial statements by potential witnesses and their counsel. Following what they described as a deluge of improper pretrial publicity that is undermining Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial and the integrity of the grand jury proceedings. Such publicity includes statements made by an unnamed grand jury witness and his attorney alleging video evidence of Combs' alleged assaults. Okay. Now, who had alleged videos of Diddy? Now, that was Courtney Burgess, big ass, running around, hopping from platform to platform, from the Atwoods to the In the Woods to the Liar Bees to the on national TV. Did this Courtney Courtney Berg, okay, Courtney B. So Diddy's lawyers gagged him a while ago, okay, about end of October, beginning of November. So that's why you haven't heard from Courtney Burley, okay? Because Diddy's team said, look here, shut your fat ass up, okay? Now, you've been going around, hopping from platform to platform, talking about some, you got these tapes destroying furniture and whatnot, ruining bartender stools, and stuff like that, sitting around with your booty in your back saying all of this stuff about our client. Okay? So Piece of her Courtney done got popped by Diddy and his team. They said, look at here, he needs to shut the fuck up. Because if he don't, how he out here saying all of this stuff, and him being a potential witness, him giving all the tea to the public, basically, the same things that he gonna say when he bring his fat ass up in here in this damn courtroom, and tell us the same stuff. Okay, now Courtney, you're gonna have to remember everything that you done said on these platforms you build a bear, because the attorneys, Diddy's defense, is definitely gonna use everything your Pringle eating ass done said against you. Okay, once you pop, you just can't stop. Okay, they're gonna use all of that against you, so you better remember your story, big guy. All right, you better remember it. You better have written it down. You better have go sit there and study all of the stuff that you done said with the Atwoods, with Hagwire, all of that, because they're gonna use it against you, because I'm gonna make sure of it. I'll make sure of it. So that's just what that word. So Diddy's attorneys, they also said this. They said over the past several days, a grand jury witness and his attorney, okay, talking about Ariel, because Ariel, the same one that used to work for Adria, is now working for Courtney Big B, Courtney Berenstein B, okay? That's just what that word. So they said, look at him and that damn beige attorney of his have given multiple interviews, including outside the courthouse immediately following an apparent grand jury testimony. Okay, so that's just what that word. So clearly they talking about he's a big pig. Yep, you could be a big pig too. They talking about Courtney B and that big back is what that word, because him and Ariel Beige, Michelle, was standing outside of the courthouse doing interviews like they were supposed to be doing interviews. How y'all leave the grand jury and y'all giving y'all accounts and stuff like that, and also turning in y'all alleged tapes and paperwork and fake books and all of this, and I'm a girl. But y'all standing outside and this overweight fat fucker, Courtney B, hungry, rushing to a bodega for a sandwich girl and some pizza. Pizza Hut, Courtney done sat out here with this beige attorney and telling everybody all the goddamn tea. Okay, he just won't shut the up. Okay, so they like, look at here, y'all shut him up, but we gonna do it for y'all. And they said, including outside the courthouse immediately following his apparent grand jury testimony, making false and outrageous claims, including that the witness possesses videos of Mr. Combs involved in of celebrities and minors. Again, who else would they be talking about besides Courtney Big Back B? Okay, they talking about his cereal frost flake eating ass. So the letter reads, according to the court documents obtained by U.S. Today, while Combs has already filed a separate motion to restrict extrajudicial statements by potential witnesses and their counsel, his attorneys argue that a gag order is needed now to curb the... They had to go get a gag order. They said, look at here. Although we filed a separate motion already to restrict extrajudicial statements by potential witnesses and their counsel, okay? Meaning also, Adria would have fell underneath that bracket if she was telling the truth. But since she lied, there's no reason for them to subpoena her or have her come testify for a grand jury witness when she just won't get up there telling other people's stories. She won't get up there talking about some she seen the president of the United States currently, and the United States president that's going to be inaugurated in January at these alleged parties, but she ain't got no proof of nothing. She's just sitting up there with extensions high, because that's all they gonna get. Absolutely. They're just gonna get drunk ass Adria up there. Yeah. I was at a Diddy party. Yeah. Like it's like her place. Say there's no reason to subpoena a drunk. So yeah, and wouldn't that be a conflict of interest knowing that Adria or Aria Michelle, which is also Courtney Big Back Berenstein B's attorney, and I'm a girl. She requested to be removed from Adria's case because Adria is fucking psycho, because Adria needs meds, because Adria needs to go sit down somewhere with padded walls and her arms tied behind her back and have a conversation. Okay, Adria, it's not Diddy's fault, nor does Diddy owe you money because your dad and stepdad the dog shit out of you. You should be suing them, but why would you when they're not worth millions of dollars? So, yeah, again, it's not Diddy's fault, okay? That because your father used to come knock on your door and come in there and not only see what you were doing, seeing what your body was doing to a girl, it's very unfortunate. And you should report it. You absolutely should, instead of blaming it on somebody that has money because you wore a white bikini back in the day, you adult film slore. So, yeah, hair flip. So, yeah, I don't feel like Diddy owes you any money because you wanted to call him daddy, and the person that's really your daddy was doing what you wanted Diddy to do to you, you adult film star skank. So, yeah, get that together. Absolutely. Get that together. Hair flip. Yeah, can't keep up with all these accusers. I mean, why would you? Because mainstream media has not picked up any of these things. Mainstream media has not contacted Misha or them shoulders. They have not. They have not contacted Misha and them windshield wiping lashes that she be sitting over there wearing, girl, them tarantulas, and whatnot. They yeah. That no mainstream TMZ, CNN, Dallas, the New York Post, nobody credible is posting this story. And nobody's talking about it but black people and the clear ones that interview him. Go pull it up. Go pull it up. Now, CNN and other people have covered Adria English's lawsuit, but that's it. Mainstream media won't touch this. Yeah, the Limeshas and the no, they won't touch it. They don't anything to do with it. Just like her attorneys. Imagine having two, not one, but two attorneys, and both of them say they want to be removed from your case because you were a liar. We don't mind lies as attorneys, but she can't keep up with hers. Hell no. They're like, yeah, please recuse her. Get us the fuck out of here. Somebody, she's gonna eat me. I mean, they was running like Pumbaa when chasing them through the rainforest. And I'm a girl. So, yeah, her flip. So I find that weird. That both of your attorneys, not you fired them, they removed themselves from you. How you get fired on your day off? You know that Adria said that she's going to represent herself? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. When she lost both of her attorneys, Adria English, a Diddy accuser that has a lawsuit against him, filed originally on July 5th and we filed in September. And a girl, y'all, said that she gonna represent herself. I said, oh yeah, you're definitely gonna lose. Like, you're super gonna lose. You might as well just drop the suit, like at this point. Cause are you kidding me? You? Shaggy? I said, oh girl. I said, bust her down and let her go. Hang it up. Hang it up. Not you go against Diddy's attorneys. Girl, they are going to eat you up and spit you out. They're gonna have up there on that stand crying. They gonna have up on that stand crying, you weren't there, you weren't there. And ma'am, according to your evidence, neither the fuck was you. what do you know? Like, were we on a date that day or something? Because when neither one of us there. So, yeah, you weren't there either. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So, yeah, I find that hilarious. That she's gonna represent herself. But let's keep going. This is why Courtney Big Back B has not spoken. So while Combs has already filed a separate okay. Okay, okay, right here. So his attorneys argue a gag order is needed now to curb imminent harm of certain extrajudicial statements relating to the ongoing jury proceedings. Absolutely. Their quote, these stories have spread rapidly through the media and created an expression that such videos exist, which is false, and that the government is actually crediting his sensational claims. So just talking about Courtney and his back. While the witness and his attorney eagerly spread false and unchecked claims in the media, they have avoided subjecting their claims to verification through the legal process. This is why Diddy needs to sue Lamisha. This is why he needs to sue her, and he also needs to sue Adria, lying, crazy, extension wearing ass. The pending motion, which has already been opposed by the prosecution, is expected to receive a response from Combs' legal team. Yeah, we already know him. Yeah. So, yeah. So this is why we haven't heard. So Diddy's attorneys called the grand witness, called grand jury witness, claim a pathetic extortion scheme. Letter to the judge seeking a temporary gag order. Combs' attorneys challenge the grand jury's witness claim of possessing videos that show Combs' alleged use. So this is why he's gonna sue Courtney fat ass too, because Courtney, you said that you had tapes of Diddy. Correct. So if you had sex with it, not only with him, but he was with allegedly minors inside of these videos. Those are huge allegations to be putting on somebody. Big defamation. Big defamation. So why would someone believe you when you knowingly put out a false book of a dead woman, of a woman whom is deceased, Kim Porter? So you literally lied and put a book together. And why I say lie, because you make it seem like you knew her. You wrote that book as if you were her. Okay. So you knowingly lied, and even on a deceased woman, used the deceased to push your narrative. Okay. You lied, because also this is why the Quincy and Christian got the book taken down off of Amazon, because there was nothing true to it. And then he linked it to someone who is deceased. She's no longer living. Okay, so no one could go to her and like, hey, did you write this book? Or hey, did you give somebody, drives or some journal entries or something of yours and whatnot that they done turned into a whole novel? That she's deceased. That's disgusting. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? Are y'all okay? Using that. And then this is the same person that states that he has videos of Diddy with underage people in the and Diddy in the video. So if Diddy felt like you were telling the truth, why would he have his lawyers do this? He is challenging Courtney fat ass because he know he lying. I would do the same thing. If you came and said, went to going around publicly saying that you have me on video with people underage and stuff like that, because that is huge defamation. That is defamation, just like the book of Kim Porter. That is defamation, what you did. Literally, you defamed this deceased woman. And although Diddy, we feel, is definitely guilty of certain things, you don't get to lie on him because you are trying to gain certain things, or you just don't like them. So this is a good time for you to profit off of an opportunity because you don't care what happens to the individual because you feel like he's already guilty of certain things. Like, you don't get to add insult to injury, pouring salt on an open wound. You do not get to do that. No one gets to do that. That's crazy. Police hit the like. Police hit the like. So I do think that Courtney is lying. I don't think that Courtney is telling the truth. If he has altered books and whatnot, can see him doing the same thing with videos. AI is a huge thing now. People taking videos and taking celebrity faces and putting them in adult vids and whatnot. If you go on Twitter and places like that, you see stuff like that all the time, and whatnot. So how do we know? Like, this does not help if Diddy is filing against you and saying like, no, pull all those claims to the table. He's saying that he got videos of me. He's saying that he got this and that, and he's going around making all these crazy allegations about me. I'm gonna need him to prove these things. I'm gonna need him to. So, him going to Courtney, going to turn things like that subpoena, I believe, came from Diddy, if you will, like his team saying he needs to prove these things. So the court subpoenaing him to come up there and drop off the proof that he's saying that he has about Diddy, because he could get in a lot of trouble for this. You know, saying that you have videos of him with minors and, you know, all of that. Come show us then. You're on national TV and running around with these other bloggers and whatnot, saying that you have proof that he was with underage people. Okay, that's something Homeland and whatnot, they're gonna want that. And immediately, if it matches their investigation, if they're looking for certain people, if they're underage and whatnot, or were underage and whatnot, and they've been trying, the prosecution is definitely going to want to try to subpoena or talk to these victims and whatnot, to see if they'll testify. Like, they're gonna want that. That's big. So he running around playing with this like it's something small, you know, like, oh, I've seen this, I've seen. Then why don't the police have these things? Why are you watching underage people on camera at all? Why would you even want anything like that in your possession? Because CP is illegal. Like, that is a felony to have anything in your possession of anyone underage doing anything sexual, especially. That is a felony. It's illegal. So how you sitting there rewinding the tapes, allegedly showing other people the tapes, and you know all of that, it being in your possession is a felony alone. So why would you have it? Why would you have it? You turn something like that in immediately. You don't waste no time. You know, oh hell, ooh, no, no. You turn that in right away. Call the police. You rather you call the police, you just go to the police station and drop it off yourself. But yeah, you don't keep that in your possession. You do not. If it's sent to your phone, anything like that, take it to the police department. Had them look at it, had them delete, let them delete it. Let them do all, yeah. So you ain't got nothing to hide. You ain't got, it ain't me, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with this. So, yeah, so, but he didn't do that. He had to be subpoenaed for that information to come in. So I believe that it was Diddy's defense team being very aggressive, and having him prove these claims. You don't get to just go around on that, just like, and people is picking this up. This is going places, and you are fucking lying. You know, is how Diddy and his team are looking at it. Because again, why would you pressure someone? Because if the tapes are real, if you're really in those tapes, that's gonna Diddy over. If anything, Diddy would have been trying to make a deal with this person, you know, or something like that. Like, crazy, you know. That's just what that were. So P. Diddy will be charged, period. He's already being charged. That don't make sense. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. That doesn't make any sense, okay. And another thing about this case, if people think that when Diddy goes to trial, that it's gonna be as simple as throwing him behind bars, it is not. Cassie's claims will help. They will. Don's claims, but by the prosecution being this aggressive, and with them also bringing in prosecutors that have prosecuted other ex-African charges, this says that they don't have a whole lot. It does. It says that the prosecution's defense against the defense is not a very strong one, at least not right now, because they are doing the most when it comes to him. And I'm not saying he don't deserve it, he absolutely do. But when you're this aggressive, like if you got it in a bag, you ain't got to do all this. I mean, you really don't. So I do feel that when it comes to Diddy, that their case is not a strong case to lock him up for a long time. I think this is why they are still keeping the investigation open. It's still pending. People can still turn things in. People can, you're doing those things when you need assistance. You know, when you're you know, if it's ironclad, you got this. You got your smoking GUN, you know, and all of that. You're good. You don't have to. because it's like they're still trying to find evidence, like with him even allegedly reaching out to people and trying to get certain things taken away, and all of that. I think it's a long haul. They need help. And it's a lot of information. That's another thing too. They have a lot of information, but it's like, what are you going to do with it? Because there are going to be certain people that will be protected. They're not going to let everybody go down. Diddy has been with some of the most powerful figures in the world, not just in the United States, in the world. Okay. So some people are not up for discussion. So if a person that they are going to protect, because this is how in the judicial system since forever, okay, they always protect their own. If they have to protect someone to let a charge of his go, they will. They absolutely will. The judicial system is not a fair system. So if y'all expecting him to go in there and they just throw the book at him like someone like R. Kelly, and no, it is not going to happen like that. It isn't. He's already getting certain favors and favoritism, and stuff like that. Like, it's not going to be just open and shut. If you think that way, more power to you. More power to you. I'm just here to pray a little harder. But it will not be that simple. It won't. It will be hard for the prosecution to get him locked up. It will be. That tape of what happened to Cassie, I'm not going to say that the prosecution put it out there, but I'm damn sure not going to say that they didn't. I'm not going to say that because sometimes you do have to play dirty. You do. And prosecution, or the prosecutors, have a different type of power when you are an attorney. You get your eyes on stuff that a lot of people will never see. And some of the stuff you see, you are not allowed to speak on. It would be just like that Cassie tape. Prosecution may have had that in the possession and may have saw it themselves, but we didn't. And they can't bring it up in court because of the statute of limitation. So they can't use that against them. They can't. Now they can use it as them addressing it, when it comes to certain things like bail hearings and stuff like that to prove his violent streak and stuff like. But when it comes to court, when it comes to the trial, that Cassie tape isn't necessarily matter. It isn't. But it's hard to believe that anyone sitting on that jury, that will be sitting on that jury, hasn't seen that Cassie tape. It was too big. So that will definitely be in the back of their head. So I think that that's another reason why I can't say that the prosecution didn't have anything to do with that tape getting out there, because in CNN dropping it is another thing, because CNN is a massive, they have TV, radio. Like, I mean, what isn't CNN connected to? Where aren't they connected? So when that tape came out of Kathy, it was everywhere. I think that was done deliberately because that doesn't help the defense at all. It doesn't help Diddy. That helps the prosecution. So with him saying like, oh, I feel like, the government put that tape out there, obviously they got it during the raid because that tape was not out before that raid on Diddy's homes. So where did it come from? How does CNN get this tape? If anything, that tape would have been held in evidence. Anything taken in a raid is held in evidence for a certain time. Sometimes you can get it back, sometimes you can't. It's held. So it's like, how did that tape get out? Like, who does this help? Who does this benefit? And it's the prosecution. So, and Diddy's team keeps fighting against the prosecution, and even the judge right now basically reprimanded the prosecution, and there is no link here. And there is no prosecution. I mean, the Judge Submarinian or whatever, he was very upset with the prosecution and how they obtained certain information on the cell and whatnot. So that judge was not happy. He was not happy with how how the prosecution went about getting certain information on Diddy. He went, and hold on, I can prove that too. Hold up. Because I'm gonna pull that up next. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna pull that up next. But let's finish this real quick. So we read the letter. So this witness, who has never even met Mr. Combs. So Diddy is stating, I don't know Courtney. I've never met Courtney. I don't know him. I don't know. Claims that he received the tapes from an unnamed individual who was subsequently murdered. That was, pop out. And, along with the purported memoir of the deceased mother of Mr. Combs' children that has since been denounced as fake, Combs' attorneys argued. So this is not good when it comes to Courtney, because the book already got pulled off of Amazon. That's not good. So what does that say about any other information that he may have? If the book is fake and whatnot, then why would the videos be, you know? So, and again, the videos have been turned in and we haven't heard anything about it. And also with the updates inside of the case, there has been nothing updated about new evidence or videos or nothing. Besides the one, and I believe he's still a John Doe, he has video footage of what happened between himself, Cassie, and Diddy. And that was turned in. So, yeah. So it is, that's hilarious. Okay, Courtney. Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, a book reportedly based on a collection of diary entries by Mr. Combs' ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, was removed from Amazon online stores last month. So if it was real, has it gone? That does not make any sense. Kim Porter did not have a book. She didn't. She didn't have a book. And if she had a book, it would be in the federal government's custody if they took it in the raid. Because it would have been in Diddy's. Kim didn't have a book. Like, it's just that simple. There is no book. So, no, there is no book. There isn't one. That's hilarious, though. I think that's cute that people think that there is a book. There is no book. It's unfortunate that people lie, but Kim Porter don't have a book. No, she does not. She does not have a book. End of story. There's nothing to argue about. Like, literally, there's no book published by Kim Porter. So, Kim Porter did not publish a book and she is deceased, so we'll never get a book because she died. She would have to be alive to write a book. She didn't. Shouldn't the transcript be found? There is no transcript. There's there's transcripts to fake books, but there is no. Kim Porter didn't write a book. Like, she just didn't. Some people don't write books. I mean, lots of people don't write. There's been plenty of people that have passed and never written a book. Celebrity, married to a celebrity, hanging with celebrity. There's been plenty of people that took everything to the grave. Courtney Jones wrote a book. It was published before he died. He promoted the book. He talked about the book. So that's him writing a book. Kim Porter never did anything like that. So that's weird. There is no book. So, yeah. The book was out since 2008. That doesn't even make any sense. Literally doesn't make any sense. I've done multiple survivings on Kim Porter. I adored her. Seemed like a very sweet woman, beautiful woman. There is no book. If there was a book, I would have done content on it. There is no book. I don't give a fuck if you say it was written in 2001, 98. There is no book. Kim Porter would have talked about it. She did interviews and stuff all the time, especially with Essence. Essence was one of her favorite places to interview. She did them with them frequently, and she was pretty, open during her interviews, even talking about times to where she left Diddy in the middle of the night, just took everything and bounced. And she said all that, but she didn't talk about a book. That interview was after 2008. There is no book. It's that simple. You can try to doctor it up. I don't care if you went to school with her. I don't care if you dated her. There is no book. So, but whatever. I mean, if that's what y'all need to, because hearing that there's no book, that's boring. Hearing that Courtney B is a liar, that's boring. Hearing that Courtney B doesn't have real tapes, that's boring. That's boring. That's boring. Don't nobody want that. We want to hear that it's a book. We want to hear that he really got videos. We want it like that's interesting. That's what people want to run around with. They want to run around with that. But when you find out that these things aren't true, that's boring. Boring. You don't want that because you want to believe what they're saying because that's juicy, and all of that. And hearing that is not true, and nothing juicy about that. There's nothing juicy about that. If anything, it's boring. It's like, what? Ain't true? Well, that's a letdown. But yeah. The 60-page book authored by producer Todd Christopher Does, under the pseudonym Jamal T. Millwood, was published September 6th and reportedly contained details of Combs' parties, illegal activities, and earnings for Porter. By treating these ridiculous claims as anything but a pathetic extortion scheme, the government is fueling the fire online conspiracy theories and making it impossible for Combs to have a fair trial. So I'm going to have, again, no Team Diddy. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. But I'm going to have to agree. If you have a bunch of, because again, no proof is behind these claims. Okay. So if there is proof about the videotapes, if there's proof about the Kim Porter book, if there's proof that all abuse and whatnot that is being detailed in the book, if those things can be proven, then this will be different. But since none of this has been proven, even to the courts, because the courts could deny it, stating based on the evidence and whatnot that we have, we can't allow this gag order to go through or anything like that. We can't tell him that he can't stop speaking because there's evidence backing his claims, and whatnot. But there is no evidence backing his claims. Nothing. There's nothing backing the claims that the book about Kim Porter is real, meaning that Kim Porter wrote it. There's no, she did not write a book. She's deceased. How can she write a book deceased? Even if there was some diary entries or something like that of Kim Porter's left behind, you have to prove his authenticity. Start there. And then after proving that the diaries are literally her, the book needs to be based off of what she said. You don't get to make allegations against people, drop a book about allegations during someone's trial. Like, it's not a book that was already literally sitting there. No, this came out in a very opportune time when Diddy got arrested. When he got arrested. And then he's going on national TV and then running around to all of these social media blogger platforms and whatnot, spreading this rhetoric. And again, none of it has been found on December 6th, 2024 to be true. This is why I believe Diddy's team won the gag order over Courtney B. Because he's not telling the truth. He's not telling the truth. If it's blurred, refresh or just, wait for YouTube to kick it in. I have 5 Wi-Fi bars. 5. So YouTube would kick in or just refresh and come back in. So I don't know who Courtney is, but I never followed the fake. So Courtney is, he's not an accuser, but he says that he knows Diddy, and that someone that I guess was close to Diddy gave him tapes. And that person just so happened to get pop out and they passed away. And he watched all the tapes. And in the tapes, he said that there are celebrities in the videos along with Diddy, and that there are underage people in the videos that Diddy and them are assaulting, not having consensual sex with, that they're basically, um, either unconscious or whatever, but he was assaulting people on tape, women and men, so underage women and men. And he also is the one who allegedly authored the fake tell-all book of Kim Porter and her alleged memoir or whatever, if you will. So Diddy's sons got the memoir removed from Amazon because it's not real. If it was real, they could not have gotten removed. And here's another thing too: it was real. Why didn't Courtney fight it? Why didn't he fight it? If I'm authoring a book and I put that book out, you're not just taking my book down. It's not happening. He let it down without he got a whole attorney. Why didn't he and his attorney, Ariel, why didn't they fight that? Why didn't they fight that? Like, why would you just let them take your book down? I wouldn't have. I would have fought it. I'm like, but I don't give up. Quincy, Christian, I'm keeping it up. Like, so yeah, so Diddy's team is requesting proof of these accusations, if not gag him. And he has not proven anything because that is why he has fell silent. He is abiding by the gag order, meaning Diddy's won that. I feel like they gave him the gag order because he's not telling the truth. So to not let this basically liar keep going around affecting a trial that hasn't even happened yet, because it does affect it. Because people take these stories around. They go and tell other people, oh yeah, this Courtney B dude, he got videotapes of Diddy and da 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 da. He this, he that. And then they run around on all these platforms and they don't do any verification. The Atwoods and everybody else. They just bring them on, bandwagon. They do nothing in their due diligence, to no research, vet anything. They just bring them on. Okay? And then it's the same thing with Hagar. With Hagar, nobody vets her before talking to her. Because if you vetted her, you will realize there's really nothing to discuss with you besides how can we get you back on your lithium? How can we let you go back on your lithium? I do not think that it is okay to let mentally ill or people that have been diagnosed with mental diagnosis to just interview. I don't think that that is okay. I don't. Like people interviewing Orlando Brown and stuff, like, why are y'all interviewing him? Like, I really don't understand that. When you can clearly see that mentally he is off. You don't have to be a doctor to know that something isn't right here. You don't have to be a doc for that. You really don't. That's what blow me. You don't have to be a doctor to see that Jaguar is fucking nuts. You don't have to be a doctor to see manic. You don't have to be a doctor to see someone having an episode. You don't have to, you're not diagnosing anything. Those are situations. Those are actions. Use your discernment. In using your discernment, you'll see and notice that a lot of these people that are being interviewed, okay, are lying, are delusional, are sad, are depressed. It's sickening. Like, it really is. It's sickening. If you are going to interview someone that, to me, is like suffering, or you can tell that is something off, then talk to them about them. Why bring other people into it? If Courtney B done did all of this stuff, he done produced, he done work with this person, just talk to him about that stuff. Just talk to him about that. Why are you bringing him places to talk about Diddy? He don't know him. He don't say stories of when Diddy and I used to kick it. Then what the fuck are y'all talking to him for? Like, why? And then y'all push narratives as if he's telling the truth, like y'all done seen receipts. No one that has interviewed him has seen a receipt. No one. He's just talking. They're words. Because where's the proof behind it? Because he's stating he has proof. You're stating you have videos. You're stating that you authored books and all of this stuff. Then prove it. Can you send me the manuscript? Can you send me your info uploading onto Amazon? Can you send me a screenshot of the sales? Can you send me a screenshot of a deposit that you've had with Amazon? I don't need to see the actual tapes, but can you put a video still up of just like Diddy sitting in the corner or something like that, just so we know that you just go ahead, just go through the video and just when you see Diddy, screenshot it. When you see nothing else, nothing else. Make sure he clothed or at least it's like stomach up, you know, something like that, so we can we see anything? Nothing. But they doing this though. They talking. Yet have proved nothing. Literally nothing. But then y'all, and then people, especially on the internet, will go around like these people are telling the gospel truth. Oh, I believe them. I believe. What's to believe? Like, what are you basing that off of? Because he's talking? Because you can talk too. It don't mean you telling the truth. It don't. Like, it really does not. Shout out to Maria's Healthy Choice. Says, young man, I pray you're always doing well. Just want you to know you're the best. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much for the super sticker, my love. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. So I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean he's telling the truth. And he says that he has proof. Show us. I understand. We don't need to see the video. We don't. We don't. We're good. We'll let you enjoy. Underage people, we'll let you enjoy that because clearly you do because you ain't turned them in. How are they still in your possession? You shouldn't even have a copy of something like that. I wouldn't even copy a minor doing a goddamn thing. So, but they're and no one questioning that because even when he sat on that one it was basically like the news when he sat over there and said that it was 3 underage girls, 2 underage boys, or whatever, so it's like. You've been like watching it? If you see a tape and you have multiple tapes and you see in the first one that you watch that there are people that are underage, why would you even consume any more of it? That says a lot about you. Yeah. If I'm not in a courtroom, I don't want to be anywhere near CP. I don't want to be anywhere near it. So you just sat there just watching it over and over and over again to where you know who underage, who not, who this, who that. You know in detail, don't you? You're a creep. You sit here on national television telling people that you have illegal PORN. You're sitting here. That's why I'm side-eyeing Ariel because his attorney, she was there with him while he was doing the interview. So it's like, okay, so you're sitting with him knowing that he has in his possession people underage with adults on camera. Why is it not turned in? Why does it need to be in Courtney's possession at all? It gives extortion. The only people or person valuable to is Diddy. He would be the only one that would need those tapes. Who else would need them besides the police? Who you gonna sell that to? Who you gonna sell that to? Who you gonna extort? It's like, in my opinion, I feel like he was going live and going on to platforms stating that he had these tapes so that Diddy's team could reach out to him like an offer, or something like that. That's what it gives to me. It gives, I'm going to get this out here, and then eventually his attorneys are going to hear about it. And then when they reach out to me, I'll ask them, how much they're trying to put to buy these tapes. I'm not just giving them to them, but they can buy them now, It's no different than with Cassie. the government should have Cassie's book too. They should have Cassie's book. When they raided, they got the tape of what happened in the hotel. When Diddy and Cassie did the lawsuit, part of the settlement was Diddy buying that book from Cassie. She had a tell-all book written and ready to go. So that book should be there. Now, if that was the book that made it onto Amazon, that would have made sense to me. Not a Kim Porter memoir. No. If she wrote a book, she would have did it while she was alive. And Kim Porter was not, no, none of her friends or family call her a writer. No one said like, oh yeah, she was always jotting things down. You know, stuff. She wasn't that type of girl. She wasn't. So there is no book. Now, Cassie's book, Cassie's memoirs from beginning, that would make complete sense. And it actually would have been smart. Because, again, in that settlement with Diddy and Cassie, one of the number one reasons why he settled so quickly was because she had that tell-all written already. So when they bought the rights to publishing the book, all of that. So it's just like, yeah, this book can't move without Diddy. You know, unless Diddy's selling this book, it's not going to be sold anywhere. No one's going to see it, you know, or anything like that. That's why it happened within 24 hours. Because how you start out by saying Cassie's extorting you, but you settle with her right away. You don't waste any time settling with her. Because you already knew that. Cassie said, look at here, you don't have to settle. I'll just drop my book. And I'm still going to sue you with the Survivor Act. I'm still going to sue you, and I'm going to drop my book. I'm going to make double bubble. I'm going to go all around America and promote it. All of that, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be on this platform, that platform. I'm going to interview. I'm going to do book readings and signings and all that. She would have made millions. Cassie would have made all type of money. She would have cleaned up. She sure would have. I say she averaged at least between 8 to like 12 million off of that book. She would have made a lot of money off of it. She would have. So yeah, I would have seen somebody doing that. That's how I know that Courtney is an idiot. Because why would you wait right till he go to jail and sit? Like, that was a dumb time. It would have been better to drop around the time Kim Porter passed away. That would have been a better time to drop a book like that, because people were really covering her story. Like, people were all over the passing of Kim Porter. So it's like, why would you drop that now? It would be more beneficial to drop Cassie's, but whatever. Here nor there. So I would have to agree. I do think that him going around stating these things on the platforms that he's stating them on, it doesn't give Diddy a fair shot with trial when you already have all of these basically lies being spread. And if he was telling the truth, he wouldn't have got gagged. So go tap on Courtney door and ask him why he hasn't been speaking since November. Like, why you shut up? Why you shut the fuck up? Why you so quiet? What happened? Yeah, if he can even tell you. So the government has been instigating for nearly a year, and they are as aware of their own their own allegations about the freak-offs do not relate to men at parties or alleged underage victims, the letter concludes. So basically what they're saying, Diddy's charges are all stemmed on women that are adults, no men. He's not being charged for anything that has happened to a man, allegedly. These charges all stem based off of things that can be proven that have happened to women. So with Courtney B stating that in these videos that he's doing this with men and, you know, stuff like that, and it's underage boys inside the video, and then there's stuff happening to, you know, the boys as well, and whatnot, that from what's been turned in, it's all been women. It's nothing on anybody that isn't of age or anything like that. So, and that's true. The RICO charges and whatnot that Diddy has, they're not stemmed on people underage, and they're not stemmed off of men. Now, that would take actual men to come forward. The men on the man that turned in the alleged freak-off tape of he and Cassie, that is him corroborating Cassie's story. So that's where he comes in. Not him coming forward to file charges on Diddy. Like, he's not filing charges on Diddy. He was a willing participant. So he's different than like Adria English. If Adria English ever did be around Diddy or went to a party and whatnot, she was an adult film star. She was willing. She was a willing participant being there. Like, what? Hello? Hello? Tunnels and tunnels. There are no tunnels. There are no tunnels. That has literally been debunked. And Homeland Security debunked the tunnel theories. The people who want Diddy the most. The investigation started with Homeland Security. So if there's any way, shape, or form to where they could light him up even more by stating he had people or people coming in and out of these illegal areas that connect to the Playboy Mansion and all of that is lies. None of that is true. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like out loud, that yeah, none of that is true because a lot of people, even like when people bring up Allie Carter and they why like I question a lot of things. She's the main people going around talking about, oh, there's tunnels, and I told y'all about the tunnels, and that is a lie. There is no tunnels. There isn't any. That's been proven. And you know me, I'm all about receipts. There's no receipts. There's nobody in no damn tunnel that done went through it and where they ended up at was at Star Island. There are many, many people, even conspiracy theorists on YouTube that even went and looked themselves. So that's what people actually need to do their homework. There are people that went to sewers that around the area of these homes in Miami, ones that went to actually the ports of Miami, like were on water and whatnot, and looked, like themselves. There are no tunnels, like there isn't any. And Homeland Security debunked that as well when they stated the floor plans of the raid. If those tunnels that came or linked from Diddy's home and whatnot, they would have traveled through them. There isn't any. They had access to homes for hours. For hours, they had access. There are no tunnels. There is are there tunnels nearby? Absolutely. Pretty much every city has underground tunnels, sewers, wells. The other like, duh. Like, duh. But there are any like to transport people. Like, and then going underground is very dangerous. Being in the like it's very dangerous being under there. That's why you have to be a professional. You have to be licensed to go underground. You just can't pull up no sewer drain and go and like You're gonna get in a lot of trouble doing that. I would advise it. But yeah, there's even YouTubers that went out there looking, TikTokers, when they're like, look, there's a tunnel, there's a tunnel. Lie. It was sewage. Like, go in it. Go in it. Go in it. Like, girl. So yeah. So there are tunnels. But I guess, people are still gonna go around, even the hag wires and whatnot. Oh yeah, the tunnels. Like, bitch, ain't no tunnels. It's like, oh my god, I hate him that bad. So y'all will lie. Like, let him go to jail the right way so they could keep him. let let him go to jail the right way so they could keep him. Like, cut it out. Like that thing. Like, all of this is not necessary. Like, it's not. Like, this is gonna make things worse. All these conspiracies and stuff that are around his name is going to make it worse. His lawyers get to use this shit. They get to use it. They get to take delusion and all of that off of the web and bring it into court. So when y'all saying all this dumb stuff, like that, if you've done it, you went and vetted and made sure you got like floor plans, blueprints of Diddy's home and all of that, and you got the floor plans that show you that there's definitely a tunnel and all of that, yes. But because you clicked on a content creator that found a blueprint of something that got nothing to do with what the y'all talking about, a blueprint of a completely different mansion or something like that, but put Diddy on front of it and you clicked it and just decided to believe, girl. Okay, like, but just know you're going words. Like, you're not going off of anything. So, where's your proof? I don't want to hear what you heard. I want to hear what you saw. What did you see? what did you see? Okay, girl. But moving right along. So that's why he has not been speaking. But let's get into this too, huh? Because I told y'all that the weirdo Adria said that she will be representing herself. Right here. So Sean Diddy Combs' accuser said clout chasing is why her lawyers withdrew from her case. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So Adria English says the reason why she got dropped by both of her lawyers, both of her attorneys, is because they were clout chasers. Um, you cannot make this up. So US Today reached out to her. A woman who sued Sean Diddy Combs for allegedly SAing and applicing her at his famous Labor Day white party says lawyers who withdrew from her case were clout chasing. In a statement to USA Today on Saturday, Adria English discussed her former attorneys Ariel Kidd and Stephen A. Metcalf October's 2nd request to withdraw her legal counsel in a court filing, claiming that Michelle Kidd is trying to paint me as non-credible. So her own lawyer, again, this isn't me just saying stuff. No, her own lawyer left because you are a liar. Mm-hmm. Correct. Ariel and Stephen removed themselves as her attorneys because she is a fucking liar. They're not about to go in court looking stupid. You're not about to go in court and change your whole story once you sit down. We don't have time for that. This is pointless. All because Adria is scared to go to court. She kept instructing Ariel and Stephen to secure a settlement with Diddy and Diddy's teams before it even went. And it's like, you gotta serve him and stuff first. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, no, we can't send him a settlement. We can't settle right now. Like, we can't do any of that right now. We still have to build our case against him. Like, we haven't even done that because you won't sit the fuck still. We done told you to file a police report, all of this, but you all on YouTube. You all over TikTok. You all on this podcast or that podcast. So you everywhere but where the fuck we told you to be. You're a liar. Like, and that's why she was cool with Ariel moving herself, because Ariel and Steven felt like, hey, there's no credibility to your story. You just keep saying what other people went through. You keep talking about these other lawsuits that people have filed against him. We need to hear your story. Because then when it come to her, oh yeah, I was at a Labor Day party and he did it to me there, and then it was another party that I went to. But wait a minute, what Labor Day party? What date? What time? Was there anyone else there that could corroborate your story? Did you come with anybody? Did you leave with anybody? You know, no, she don't have any information. Instead, she want to get upset. Instead, she want to, no. These are questions. Questions should not upset you, because all you have to do is give an answer. That is it. Just answer the question. You can't just go in a court and say to the judge that it happened at white parties. It happened at a Labor Day party. And then you start naming all of this heinous stuff, and then she mixing YouTube stories in there because Allie Carter has not filed anything on anyone. No, she has not. Girl, please. She has not filed anything on anyone. So she's even incorporating Allie Carter and saying that, oh, Allie was on the table, and then this happened to where there was people that were eating feces and stuff. Okay, well, that sounds like Allie's story. That sounds like what Allie wrote in the affidavit, girl. That sounds like things that Allie has been saying during interviews. How is this now your story when Allie's telling these stories, you're not mentioned? That means that there's no credibility to this story. So how can we push it? How can we defend it when Diddy's defense is going to, that cross-examination going to be crazy. That cross-examination will be crazy. Shout out to Monica Oliver for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. And I also believe that maybe her attorneys wanted her to get evaluated to make sure that she's even competent enough to stand if this goes to trial or trial. Because how her brain's set up, it's not giving competency. Because you have to be able to, like, a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, see, when you're non-competent, like the hag, like Hagwire, you'll start talking about something else, and then your mind will veer, and you'll go into this and that and this and that and this and that. You got to be like brought back. That's not someone that should be on trial. No. A person that should be on trial is someone that can stick to the story, stick to what happened, not bringing up other people's lawsuits and stuff. No. This is about you. If you weren't with other people, so if you're not stating this as a witness, as I was there, I was with said person, and again, you would need them to corroborate the story before even bringing it in court. So you don't get to say, oh, I was with this person and that person. No. We don't have any evidence of any of these things. We don't have a witness statement from any of these people. Nothing. So we're going to strike that and we're going to have to move on. You don't get to do that. So this is what Adria and Steven are saying. So what they're viewing is, we need to get the fuck out of here. We got to go. Because she is not telling the truth. That is why they left her case. Because even if you're lying, a lawyer will defend you. They will. But you have to give them something to defend. They don't get to go in there and making up stories for you, cleaning up your story. Not at all. They have to give the story from your account, not other people's. They can't go in there talking about what people from other lawsuits have said and did if it's not involving you. So you can't bring up like, oh, well, he definitely did this to me because also in Talia's lawsuit, she No. If you're not mentioning Talia, mentioning you in the lawsuit, you can't bring it up. You don't get to go to court with other people's battles. You got to go to court with yours. And her battle is a lie. She will be sending people to war over a lie. So, and one that can't be controlled. So if you're an attorney and your client says that they didn't kill the person, then it is your responsibility as a lawyer, whether they are telling the truth or not, to find a way to exonerate them. To find a way, whether they did it or whether they didn't do it. That's not your job. You're not a moral police. This is not about morals going into court. What it's about is winning. No attorney goes to court planning on losing. No attorney goes into court wanting to lose. Every attorney going into court is winning. I came here to win. I came here to win my case. So if you don't have the security to feel like even the person you're representing is going to make that happen, you're going to get as far away from the responsible. You're like, yeah, I can't do this because there's no credibility here. And not only is there no credibility, there is nothing backing what she's saying. She filed three separate police reports. And with all of the police reports, they're all different reports, and none of them are finished reports. None of them. She didn't finish any of the police reports. Still to this day, there's no criminal police report against Diddy and versus Adria English. She still has not done that. And she was in Florida, trying to file police reports on him. And charges that he's going through right now are in New York. So then she went back to New York, tried to go up there and file a police report there. And even the police said that these claims are baseless. Like, we don't have anything, like, you're just saying a bunch of stuff, and naming a bunch of celebrities and, stuff like, it's not that it's not believable. It's just nothing to match what you are saying. You don't have any dates, and then the dates you do have, you don't have the whole date. Oh, it was in December in 2014. It was that's you can't put that in no poor honey. You can't do that. You got to have exact dates if you're going to be reporting something like that. You got to be factual. You can't come in there and they just writing down anything and everything. Anything and everything. As far as they're concerned, you don't look well. Mentally, like with this story, you are not well. Because even a logical, from thinking from a logical standpoint, you have, I mean, a crazy situation happen to you, right? You see things that you can't explain or see things that you know people wouldn't believe if they heard it. A logical person would do, a sane person would do, is report the part of the story that you can prove. If you met this person at Castle and it started off at White Castle and then go give them something tangible so then they can go to the White Castle and then the White Castle check their cameras and they see you with this person. I'm like, oh, okay, they were together. See, that's them. That's her exiting the building. That's him exiting the building. He opens the door for her. She gets in the car and they off. Tangible. So if you're saying, and this could be a celebrity that you were with, you could say, hey, Donald Trump picked me up I met him at a Waffle House. And just the craziest things happen. He took advantage of me. He this, he that, blah, 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 whatever. If there's something tangible like that, to where they see you and Donald Trump going to the car, they have something to go on. But when you're coming on and you just have nothing, you just have words, and when it's time to get specific, you can't, that is a problem. That means that there's no truth to what you are saying. You don't have no text messages. You don't have any phone calls. You don't have any people that you call that are either friend or cousin or mother. You don't have nothing. But you expect us to just believe this story when a lot of the details that are needed, you don't have. So help us help you. That's what that gives. We can't help you without knowing the truth. Like we gotta know. And if you keep stretching in and pulling this person in, you lose the person. And it's just like, yeah, this is just too much. Yeah, we can turn this in. Like we cannot turn this in. We absolutely cannot. Sorry, but we're gonna need more. Can you contact this person or get in contact with this person? Or did y'all stop anywhere? Was there any locations? Maybe you got been snuck on camera. Any parts of the highway? You said that y'all were on the highway. Do you know what highway you were on? Was there an exit or something you can remember? Because there's cameras on the highway, and stuff like that too. So in city streets, most streetlights have some form of camera, especially for running red light purposes and car accident purposes. So, but you just have nothing but other people's. Oh, well, this happened to this person, and this person is suing me. That happened to them, and doing stuff like that, because when I was merging true stories with your lie, because he's not telling the truth. Not. Because there will be things to prove. She hasn't even been proven to know Diddy, met Diddy, or been to any Diddy party. With nobody. No one. Like, insane. Literally insane. Maria says, I also medical field, we get cases like that. I'm like the head all the time. Defiant sociopath schizophrenic overtone. Yeah, and those people are out there. The majority of them are on the internet. There are a lot of crazy people on the internet. Absolutely. So yeah, but let's keep reading this. So it says, in a statement to USA Today, English discussed her former attorneys, Michelle and Stephen. Question draw. She says that they're trying to paint her as not credible. She also says, Adria, I'm happy with the decision to withdraw, English said, adding that her ex-attorney's withdrawal from the case made it easier for her to secure new professional, non-clout chasing counsel. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. She added that she has until November 11th, 2024 to secure new representation. She does not have an attorney. She does not. I'm telling y'all, she's letting this case go. She had no intention of going to real court with Diddy. She just really felt like she could get. This is how you know that she's delusional, because she really thought that she was gonna settle the case within 24 hours, like Cassie. She really thought that. Was even pressuring both of her attorneys to settle the case with Diddy immediately. Like crazy, crazy, crazy. She said, or she will represent herself in court by default. So Adria English is planning on representing herself in court against Diddy's high-powered attorneys. Girl, I done heard it all. I done heard it all. Because she had until the 11th to get an attorney. Those are her words. She added, she has until November 11th, 2024. It is December 6th. It's December 6th and she still don't have no attorney. No, she do not. She has not been represented by anyone. If you look at her lawsuit, it will be updated with her new legal representation. There is no update with legal representation. Besides the fact that Ariel and Steven left, that the attorneys that were on the case are no longer. That is the only update when it comes to counsel. There is no update with her having new legal representation. No, there is not. So she definitely missed the deadline with that. So as of now, she will be representing herself unless, they, I don't know, unless the judge shows her favor or something. Or maybe she can get an extension or something. I don't know how that works exactly. But she was told that she had until the 11th, because this is would be the third time to where she's let this case fall to the wayside. She first filed in July, and then she didn't do nothing. Then she got attorneys, and they accepted with lawsuit in its entirety. Then she got rid of, well, those attorneys left her. They jumped ship, and after she refiled in September, which she had her attorneys update her paperwork and whatnot, her lawsuit, and then they walked away at the beginning of October. Not even a month after refiling, the lawsuit refiled the lawsuit, and now we're in December, and she still has no attorney. And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Diddy still has not been properly served. And he's in prison, the best thing to do it. So yeah, absolutely. So let's keep going. So Diddy requesting these charges be dropped. Let's get into that. Where is that? Right here. So they're saying online, shout out to Business Insider, Diddy may ask a judge to drop his ex-African case because of the Bureau of Prisons took pictures of his to-do list. Okay, so let's get into that. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs warned they may seek to have his ex-African case dismissed because prosecutors caught a glimpse of a handwritten to-do list the rap mogul kept in his Brooklyn jail cell. Girl, police hit the like. The to-do list, jotted by Combs on a white legal pad to memorialize jailhouse conversations with his attorneys, was secretly photographed and then returned to his cell by the Bureau of Prisons officials during a late October raid. A lawyer for Combs alleged during a hearing in federal court in Manhattan on Tuesday. Now, here's the thing with that. If you write legal on anything that you have in your jail cell and whatnot, then that protects you with client privilege, lawyer, client. That protects you. So they basically would have to avoided anything that they saw that had legal written on it. Diddy, being the idiot that he is, did not write legal on any of the jotted notes. That's all you have to do is write legal. Rather at the top of it, the bottom of it, on the side of it. Just write legal. Because then that's between him and his attorneys. And he has the right to take notes of him because he's in jail. So using that phone when you talk to him and whatnot, writing things down and stuff, to-do lists and things that you need to do. And it's also with him having a to-do list, that is the defense's preparation for the prosecution. So rather whatever witnesses they're going to call in to testify on his behalf, stuff like that. It's giving them a peek, a look into the defense's case, like in how they're going to approach fighting to get Diddy out and whatnot. So that can be a problem, for them because they're not supposed to see what defense that the defense has prepared. And same thing with prosecution. The prosecution or the defense shouldn't be seeing anything that the prosecution has prepared either. So whoever the prosecution is bringing in to testify or not, Diddy's team do not get to see that information as of now. They have to wait. They will get it, but they will get it later on. At this stage, and what's going on, the trial hasn't even started, so there's no reason for them to know that. Even the witnesses that the prosecution have, they're listed as like witness one, witness two. It's not like Kathy Ventura or Don Richard. Like it's no one's name. Like they are anonymous, but not. So they're not like Jane Doe's or whatnot. Not if they're going to get up there and testify. No, you can't testify anonymously. But they will be clearly, going against Diddy. So basically, at this point in time, they would need to give prosecution would need to give Diddy their tea, like their defense. Okay, well, what do you have? Because that's the only thing that'll make it fair. Because at this point in time, Diddy's just like, look, that's not fair. They have all of this shit that they're not supposed to have, and apparently on these lists was some illegal stuff that Diddy was doing, having certain witnesses contacted that shouldn't be being contacted, having certain media be contacted. Ooh, shame on you. Shame on you. So, yeah. So let's get into that. How it's a freak off a crime. It isn't a crime. It isn't a crime. They just need to be conscious and consenting. It's not a crime at all. I could have a freak off right now. I sure could. I could bring a woman and a man inside of my bed right now. But what I can't do is what he did to Cassie in the hallway. Did you not see the video of him beating the shit out of Cassie in that hallway? Yeah. That's because she didn't want to get baby oil down and have sex with a stranger. That is not legal. That is a crime. Any other questions? Black Man 903? Anything else stupid? Do you have to say? Anything else? Yeah, a freak off isn't a crime. No, as long as everybody is consenting. You are absolutely correct. Yeah. When it becomes a problem is when you're bamming people over the head and throwing vases and stomping them on the floor and dragging them back to a room to do things that they don't want to do. That was it. Well, unhide him. Unhide him. Unhide him. He didn't do nothing wrong. He just said a freak off is not a crime, but it's why make it that literal? Like you're making it seem like everything that happened was consensual. So Cassie literally, did she beat herself up in the hallway? Like, what was legal about that? He wasn't doing that because she stole. He was doing that because he wanted her to have sex with someone that she didn't want to have sex with. Consent. It was taken, even beaten from her in the hallway. So yeah, you black dudes need to stop making it so literal. Like Cassie walked down that hallway, Diddy walked up to her, said a couple words, and then she decided to go back to the room with him. Because then that would have been on Cass. It's like, girl, you clearly could have left. She couldn't. From what I saw, no. Mm-mm. Yeah. So yeah, that's not a freak off. That wasn't a freak off. Mm-mm. A freak off is consensual. Yeah. So y'all need to cut that, because if he was doing it legally, he wouldn't be behind bars. And he's not in jail for freak offs. He's in jail for trafficking, kidnapping, all type of stuff. Go actually look at his charges. There's no freak off charge. Like, there is no charge in a freak off in count one, freak off in count two, like freak off in a second degree. Like, what are you talking about? Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? That's not a defense. Like, Diddy's team can't go on there and say freak offs aren't illegal. Yeah, just taking people's consent is. I don't know. But keeping it moving. So, okay. So, right here. So, the news that prosecutors gained possession of the writings were first revealed this week. The writing on the 19 page, the writings on 19 pages from the list are in the heartland of attorney client material. Attorney Mark Aglifilio told U.S. District Judge Subramanian, his voice angry. See, the judge ain't feeling what the prosecution is doing. So if the prosecution had an airtight case, they would be doing all this. Like they wouldn't be. And the investigation would be closed. It's not. So yeah, they'll take anything y'all got as long as it was real. They'll take it. Even trying to use, I guess, Courtney B as an alleged witness. So you're all. Before them on the defense table was a 4-inch stack of folders and paperwork from Combs' cell, including the actual to-do list. Agnifilio told the judge the lawyer waved some of the paperwork in the air as he spoke. I don't know. The government now knows potential defense witnesses for a May 5th trial. Well, in advance of when witnesses' names must be shared. So again, they have the witnesses way before this because again, they're going to get that information. It's just going to happen later. Okay. Who? That was weird. Yeah, that was weird. So, that could have been somebody I knew from middle school that just wants to talk to me. Y'all be quick on the draw with that block. Y'all be quick on the draw. During their turn to speak, prosecutors presented a far different description of the 19 pages, alleging instead of that there are evidence of Combs' ongoing attempts to use his cash and influence to obstruct justice. So the prosecutors are saying, no, that's not their problem. Their problem is that we have this information in advance. Their problem is that we found out that the diddler is over there doing illegal shit. Okay, that's what that word. Now y'all trying to twist this and turn this and make it into something that it's not. And that's not what that word. That's not what that word. Is actually he over here trying to pay people and use his money and shit to obstruct justice. Is what that word. He making new charges and he pressed about it. Okay, so let's get into that. There are 2 highly incriminating errands among Combs' to-do lists. Assisting U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic told the judge at Tuesday's hearing, and neither are protected by attorney-client privilege, she says. So she jumped up and said, yeah, this ain't protected by attorney-client privilege, please. Don't do that. One relates to the defendant paying a potential witness to, quote, find dirt on a potential victim. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So one of the notes was Diddy talking to his attorney, and I mind you, this is all this is all relates to the defendant and potential witness to find dirt on the victim. So all of this is related to, the things that they found in the cell, but to find dirt on a potential victim, I don't think it's Cassie. I think this is somebody else. I think it's another victim. I don't think it's Cassie. I really don't. Because he and Cassie were together for 11 years, so it wouldn't be hard for him to find dirt. He would know where all the skeletons are buried. Like when they come to her, like if she got any dirt on her, he knows about the dirt. So I don't feel like it's her. I feel like it's somebody that he doesn't have like a closeness to. Someone that he doesn't have a bond with, somebody that he doesn't control necessarily. So yeah, that's what that were. The second alleges Combs' plans for following up with a paralegal to determine if a witness was paid off or not. Now that was, what's her name? Kalina? I believe that was Kalina. She said, so But okay, following up with a paralegal to determine. So he paying the paralegals and all that. This is all illegal. Like this is illegal. You got paralegals out here paying people off. So Diddy was checking with his attorney, literally checking with his attorney to see if the paralegal that's working for them is paying off witnesses and finding the dirt that they need on these potential victims. Now, with a potential victim, that could also mean that this person hasn't come forward, but maybe Diddy shaking in his boots and feeling like they will. Okay? Because that doesn't mean that they've said anything already, because it says potential victim. Okay? So that could be one in the future, or one that's came forward and we don't exactly know yet because they don't know what the prosecution has. The prosecution does have a list of witnesses and victims, but they don't have it. So Diddy don't know, besides Cassie and maybe Don Richard, he don't know exactly who, you know, he don't know. He literally don't. He don't know who, you know, is coming forward. So he's trying to basically think in his mind, like, okay, who will sue me? Who will sue me? Who my victims? Who my victims? Who my victims? Who my victims? And try to guess, basically, because they don't know. They can assume, but they don't have the actual list. So Diddy's list of defendants that he's going to have and have them come forward about this case and speaking on this case. Who in the is the oh not girl? Hey Adria girl. Hey Adria girl. Girl, please. Go tell the police. You talking to us. Go tell make it real. make it real. Show us that it's real. Go report it to the police. Girl, police. Psycho talk. Psycho talk. 911. Tell them, then come back and talk to us about it. Make it real. Make it real. And I'm like, girl, you're a weirdo. Like, are you kidding me? Me? Like, girl, I'm amazing. Like, ooh, girl. But keep going. I'll call 911 first, make it real, but whatever. I guess if you want the YouTube police on it, they'll get all over that, girl. Shout out to you. So, yeah, so I think that Diddy's just shaking in his boots when it comes to this. Although I don't think that the judge agrees how the bureau in the prisons went about the raid, and I also don't think the judge agrees how the prosecution clearly had something to do with the raid, because y'all can wait to get this information. It's like y'all can wait to get this information and bring this information out is what the defense team is saying about that. And it's not the prosecution's fault that Diddy did not write legal on his paperwork, because you can't even look at it. Even the COs or whoever came in there to raid the cell, like, 'cause it's none of your business when it comes to, because he is protected by that. It's not like he can contact his attorneys whenever he wants to and stuff like that. Like, he has his own personal phone. And then another thing, what makes that a problem is Diddy does not have a laptop. And in the prison that he is in, some prisons either give you like tablets or laptops, and it's how commissary, how you the outside world, and things like that. Getting attorneys if you need to get one, something or whatever. He is supposed to have access to a laptop, and he has not gotten one yet. So that's another thing with the prosecution. It's like the prosecution, I feel like they kind of need to fall back. They need to fall back, but they won't. They have been extremely persistent, and sometimes that can work in your favor, but sometimes it can work against you, because this is why this judge was so pissed off with them, because how they, although, he can't really, I mean, it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. Well, I guess it's a win-win prosecution. But with Diddy, I guess what the judge, I feel like, is really trying to give Diddy a fair trial. I think he's really trying to be fair with Diddy. And some of the stuff that's happening isn't fair. And But getting the paperwork, all he had to do was write legal. All he had to do was write legal. He chose not to. That's weird. He chose not to write legal, so you're I mean, you can't go back in the past and be like, oh, well, I meant to. Well, you didn't. So now we're going to use this against you. Indeed, if the two excerpts do somehow relate to attorney-client communications, they will fall under the criminal fraud exemption. Slavic added, by law, attorney-client privilege does not protect communications involving criminal activity. So by Diddy trying to contact this paralegal to see if this paralegal paid off this victim, and also to see if they followed up and found any dirt on a potential victim that could be coming forward. All of those things are obstruction. They all fall underneath obstruction of justice. Okay. They fall underneath that, and you cannot be protected. And so say he wrote legal on it, right? If he was writing those things to say, hey, have you contacted this juror witness, or have you contacted this have you contacted and got dirt on a certain victim so that we could use that information against him, it doesn't protect you. So you cannot break the law. And it's kind of like the same thing with the lawsuits. If you broke the law in a lawsuit and somebody is suing you, you are not protected. Like, it's not like, oh, well, they're not filing charges on me, they're just suing me. No, what you did was a crime, and that falls underneath RICO, so we're gonna help you. So that's just what that was. So yeah. And again, he still hasn't gotten that computer, because all of this could have been avoided too if Diddy had that computer. I feel that prosecution is making sure Diddy don't get a computer. They do not want him to have any connection to the outside world, because he's basically already breaking the law and tampering with witnesses and victims and whatnot by using his own paralegals and attorneys to do this dirty work for him. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Let's see. Okay. So these to-do list excerpts are now key evidence in an ongoing grand jury investigation into possible obstruction of justice charges, and could become part of a potential new indictment, she said. So again, if the prosecution's defense against Diddy was so airtight, they're using, again, any and everything that they can against him, even using this. If your case is ironclad, if you know you got him, y'all doing all this. Is my thing. I think the main thing that they should be doing is making sure he stays in jail. They did that. Okay, now I feel the prosecution can just focus on, bringing them down. Making sure that their case is solid, making sure that they're witnessing out that they've gotten the witnesses some type of, sanctity of knowing that, hey, we don't have to worry about him getting out. He gonna stay in there. We ain't got to worry about him coming after us. Because it's the same thing with the Jane Doe and the John Doe lawsuits. None of their lawsuits are stating like immediate danger, or that somebody is going to harm them and whatnot. So the judges are looking at the paper or the lawsuits now. It's like, if there's not an immediate harm or threat to your life or anything like that, say who you are. Because if you don't do it, I'm going to do it myself. So now the judge is not threatening the Jane Does and whatnot. They're not doing any of that, but they are stating how if you're not ready to say who you are, but you want to go further with this, then we are going to have to show who you are. That's it. We're just going to have to show who you are. And if we can't show who you are, then we're going to drop your suits. We're either going to drop them or dismiss them. So, like, basically forcing you to drop your own lawsuit, or forcing you to dismiss your own lawsuit. So there are no more Jane Doe's, Jane Doe's. There aren't anymore. Even this one. Let's pull up this Jane Doe. The one that said that she saw Nicki Minaj and Mary J. Blige and all of them. Let's pull this one up. Let's pull her up. Okay, hold on. Actually, before we do, because I did say that Diddy was trying to get the charges dropped. Let me read that really quick, and then we'll get into a new, well, not a new Jane Doe, because she filed a while back, but into her stating, and she's one of Tony Busby's clients. The judge is already about to pop her. Photographs were given. Okay, right here. Surveillance and okay, so here we go. Today's hearing revealed new details of the raid itself. The BOP conducted the raid on Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center without alerting prosecutors beforehand. So allegedly the prosecutors didn't know, please. In order to recover contraband relating to their own investigation into Combs and others at the jail, Slavic told the judge. Prison officials photographed, then replaced Combs' paper. After the sweep, the officials followed the requirement procedure for handling potentially sensitive attorney-client material. Photographs were given to a so-called filter team, a separate group of the U.S. attorneys not connected to Combs' prosecution, which that is true. So he can't use that because they didn't. Prosecution had nothing to do with that part. The filter team then extracted all attorney-client privilege material before passing the remaining photographs along to Combs' prosecutor, Slavic told the judge. So, according to the filterers, we took out anything that would fall under client, um, you know, confidentiality. We followed that protocol. Combs is due back in court on Friday when his defense team will make a third argument. But we already did that. The judge already said no. So with that being said, Diddy is trying to use this way since the prosecution pretty much knows about their entire defense. Well, the majority of their defense, the witnesses are going to be calling in, and all of that. That he's going to use this as a reason to request not a mistrial, but to get the charges dismissed, because basically to them it's falling underneath a mistrial. Good luck, Diddy. I highly doubt that they will dismiss any charges. No, I don't think that way. I think if anything, if any charges are going to be dismissed, it will be like during trial when they are, and that's if the prosecution decided to come up with like a plea. I think that would be the only way they would consider taking away any charges. I don't see any charge being removed before May 5th. I don't see that happening at all. They didn't even let you out on bail. So if they're not letting you out on bail, they're not going to just dismiss these charges. It's not that simple. It's going to take way more than that to dismiss these charges. He's going to need something to and something solid himself to just say that the government and the prosecution is against me. Duh. It's like that's their jobs. Like you don't expect the prosecution to be on your row. They don't want to lose. They want to win. They want to take you down. They want to go down in history as the prosecutors that took down Sean Diddy Combs. So that's just what they were. Hi there, Fish Campaign. Hi, friend. I love you, friend. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. Hi there, Fish Campaign. Y'all get over there and subscribe to my friend, the Fish Campaign. I love you, friend. So yeah, so I highly doubt it. I mean, who knows? You never know, but yeah. So let's get into the Jane Doe that is suing and said that she saw Nicki Minaj and Mary J. Blige at a Diddy party before Diddy, his people did the unthinkable. Police hit the like, over 700 people in the building, 470 likes. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit like. So, okay, so it says December 6th. This is from December 6th. In a lawsuit filed in October 2024, a woman identified as Jane Doe alleges that Sean Diddy Combs R-worded her during a Las Vegas after party in 2014. According to the complaint, Doe and her two friends were in Las Vegas over Memorial Weekend 2014. Doe claims she connected with Combs' party promoter. What was the promoter? Known, because I have the whole suit. I can pull up the suit. Known only as Internamical. How do you say it? It's Internamtikkonal. How do you say that? Internautical? Smooth? Is it his name? His name was Internautical Smooth, who invited her to an exclusive party at Club Rehab, where she met several celebrities, including Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, and Nicki Minaj. Do y'all know Little Kim and Nicki Minaj started anywhere together? Even in 2014, let me look. Let me look. Was Nicki? Let me look, because you know I'm nosy. Nicki Minaj and what's the name? Lil Kim. Cool in 2014. Let me see. Let's get into the timeline of their feud because, girl, I never knowed them to be kicking it like that. I know that they were cool before they fell out, but it's just like, when was that? Okay. When was this? Okay, here it goes. Fans have always wondered when the pair first met, and because the two cannot even decide, the actual remains a mystery. According to Nicki, it happened at a Lil Wayne concert ago. No date was given, but we taken a calculated guess and given it a timestamp, it was 2009. In an interview with Hot 97's Angie Martinez in 2010, Nicki revealed she bumped into Kim backstage. Nicki says she wanted to make sure everything was cool with us and asked Kim, is everything good? Then they took pictures together, all happy as they. Kim, also known as Queen B, said it didn't go down like that. While speaking with Hot 97 Sounds and Peter's work in 2011, she said Nicki exaggerated her story. Didn't go down like that, Kim explained. What? Are you kidding me? Picture somebody saying to me, we good. I'll wring your throat and snatch your... Ooh, girl. Nicki. Nicki. Kim says she'll beat your ass. Girl, please. Please. Nicki said, look at here. Call her back, said actually we was cool. She said we was good. Lil' Kim said, if you ask me if there's a problem, clearly we have a problem. Okay? So I'll wring your neck. So it didn't go down like that. For some reason, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to put Nicki and Kim on the same song. In a late 2009 leaked version of Birdman's Grinding Making Money featuring both women found its way on the internet, and it was shady AF. Apparently, both ladies had no idea the other was going to be on the song, which makes the lyrics even more awkward. Kim rapped, there'll never be another me. What you out your mind, which the internet assumed was a subliminal hitting back at the Barbie Dreams rapper. When Ray J stirred the pot. In 2010, Ray J involved himself in a matter that did not concern him, he always do. Concert while standing next to Kim. He said, I'm seeing a lot of Little Kim imposters. I'm not saying no names, but you know who. Ray J is annoying as fuck. Making it obvious that they were talking about Nicki, Kim added, we love her. We just want her to pay homage. If you don't pay homage, then you. Okay, all of this is happening before 2014, so I highly doubt that Lil' Kim and Nicki, who knows, stranger things have happened. So you never know. You never know. So, because she said it was in 2014. So that's why I was kind of confused. I'm like, if it was a little earlier than that, like maybe like 2008, 2009, something like that, I'm like, all right, cool. But it's like 2014, interesting, but who knows? They could have been at the party at the same time and never saw each other. Parties be big, they be throwing big parties. So. Okay, so she said including... Okay. Mary J. Blige, Kim, and Nicki Minaj. After the party, Doe attended an after party at Combs Suite at the Planet Hollywood Hotel. After consuming one or two drinks from a Ciroc bottle, Doe began to feel disoriented. Smooth, which was the promoter, yes, the party promoter, Smooth directed her to an empty bedroom where she could rest, assuring her that the door would be locked. Ooh, girl, this is getting crazy. The next thing the Doe recalls is waking up the following morning feeling very groggy and sore, with her entire body hurting and difficulty moving. She saw Combs in the corner of the room, shirtless, yelling loudly at someone over the phone. He was the only person in the room with her. So she's saying since Combs was the only one in there, he did this to me, is what it's giving. Because she did, I guess she didn't see who did it to her. She's, felt sore her whole body. She felt drugged and all of that. Doe returned to her friends and slept for 2 days, vaguely remembering her trying to help her with periodic offers of water. Doe's lawsuit is part of a broader wave of legal actions against Combs, with over 100 individuals alleging SA. The allegations span decades and include claims of drugging and the R word. Combs has denied all allegations, with his legal team describing them as false and opportunistic. The legal proceedings are ongoing, with Combs currently facing federal charges. We already know. Let me pull up her lawsuit. Hold on, it's right here. Because I believe the judge has requested the same thing from her, that she states who she is. That the judge is saying, like, look at here, you want to proceed with this lawsuit, we gonna need you to show who you are. And here's another thing. She said that she was knocked out. She said that she was drugged. Okay. And with her being that, and how does she know that it was Diddy? Yeah, I don't know who these trolls out there crazy. Over my head. How does she know that it was Diddy? No, I'm just saying, like, she said she was in his room. She said she drank some alcohol. She started to feel away after drinking some Ciroc. He, Smooth, which was the promoter, told her to go into a bedroom and that she would be safe in there and that the door would be locked. And then she wakes up and she feels all of this, like, immediate pain and stuff to her body. And I'm sure as a woman, she knows her body. So waking up, I'm sure, feeling violated. How were you sure that it was Diddy? How would that hold up, like, in court? Because if anything, I would look at it as the Smooth dude did it, because he was seeing the one that kept directing you. I don't. It definitely seems that way. It seems like Smooth would be more of who I would be pointing my finger at, versus to Diddy. Because I mean, I'm not saying that Diddy didn't have any involvement, that Diddy didn't have nothing to do with it, but you can't recount that. You can't say out of your mouth. This is why I wanted to pull up her actual lawsuit. Hold on, I have to pull it up because maybe that website just covered a little piece of it and didn't, like, really get into the tea. So let me make sure this is right. Okay, so yeah, Jane Doe versus Diddy. Okay, so this is the one from Vegas. Oh yes, okay, this is the one from Vegas. Yes, it says defendant Sean Combs, and then R worded the plaintiff. So she's blaming Diddy. She's literally blaming him. Literally. She said that it's him. The aggravated essay occurred at one of the defendant Diddy Combs' frequently held infamous after parties, time in Las Vegas. The conduct described herein is shockingly typical of how Combs conducted himself for many years. Many individuals and entities facilitated and conspired with this conduct. Combs believed he was above the law. He is not. For decades, Combs, Sean, aka y'all his names, M-worded, and unhaunted, threatened and coerced men, women, mind others for sexual gratification, to insert dominance and conceal his abhorrent conduct. He accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise. Okay, hold on, I want to get into the actual lawsuit. Sorry. Where is the T? Where is the T? Okay, 16. Okay, from years. Okay, can we get into her? Can we get into her? Okay, right here. So it says Combs celebrated for his business and influence in the entertainment world. Okay, we get that. Has often been described as more of a troubling light, as powerful, manipulative, and problematic. His aggressive tactics, both in business and personal dealings, have drawn criticism, with many viewing him as someone who leverages his power to intimidate and control. This darker side of Combs' persona has been underscored by the numerous lawsuits and allegations that has surfaced over the years. Despite his undeniable success, his rise to the top marred by a reputation for being ruthless and manipulative, using his influence in ways that have left a trail of legal and personal controversies, including, but not limited to, the following. So they're talking about the club pop-powing girl, Cassie Ventura. What does this have to do with y'all victim, though? Like, now they're naming a whole bunch of stuff that Diddy's done, and other people from lawsuits: Joy Dickerson Neal, Lisa Gardner, um, other victims: Crystal McKinney, April Lampros. What does this have to do with her? Ooh, they put Adria in it. Hey, girl. Ooh, girl. They put Adria in it, y'all. I wouldn't have done that, but you know. I'm sorry, it's a lot of documents, yeah. But I'm following it. I'm following it. Okay, right here. Parties. Here we go. Plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Arizona. So this Jane Doe lives in Arizona. Defendant Sean Combs is a male who, we know who he is. Okay, let's get back into her. Where is she? I want to get into her story. Everything diddy. We know he own a lot of businesses, and y'all want to sue every single last one of them. Can we get into her story, please? Please, please, please. Factual allegations. So let's get into this. Defendant Sean Combs' infamous Las Vegas parties were legendary events known for exclusivity, extravagance, and celebrity guest lists. These high-profile parties attracted A-list celebrities from across the fashion and business worlds. The events were lavishly decorated, featured live music performances, and boasted top-tier food and beverages. The atmosphere of these parties was one of opulence and luxury, often making headlines for their celebrity guest list, over-the-top entertainment, and the stunning aesthetics of the event. Many unsuspecting individuals were recruited to attend these parties. Some individuals were recruited in various cities and were paid to fly in and to attend these functions. Let's get into this. On Memorial Day weekend 2014, plaintiff and two of her friends visited Las Vegas to stay at Hotel Rio. While there, plaintiff contacted various people she'd met in the entertainment industry in order to find any cool events that would be taking place. Is this Claudia Jordan? Hair flip. Claudia, I remember you and I having a very... Y'all remember Kathy White? I don't know why this just popped into my head. But Kathy White was the girl that people said that was having an affair with Jay-Z years ago. And then she passed away from an aneurysm. There's a picture of Claudia, Kathy, and another woman, I forget her name, but Claudia named her too. And they were all chilling. But Claudia said that Diddy and Jay-Z were kicking it at the same spot that they were at. Whatever. Because she also said the reason how they ended up meeting up and chilling was because she had, some friends to see like what was happening, in Vegas, like if there were any cool parties or any cool things going on. So this, hold on, let me see. Let me look at something. Jordan and Let me look at this. What year was this? Let's see, Red. Ew. What is... Oh, yeah, because... Yeah. I'm like, why is that popping up? Okay. Hold on. Was this 2011? Okay, no. So maybe this isn't Claudia. Okay. Because this says 2014. From the stuff that I've seen, I believe Kathy passed away was in 2011. 2011. So this probably isn't Claudia. But let's keep going. So on Memorial Day weekend at Hotel Rio. While there, plaintiff contacted various people she met in the entertainment industry in order to find out if any cool events would be taking place. One such contact was an entertainer who identified himself as International Smooth, who plaintiff had met a few years prior at a party in Miami. Plaintiff was never able to ascertain his legal name, but connected with him through introducing that moniker. Plaintiff discovered that Smooth was in Las Vegas, his Instagram stories, and after contacting him, discovered that he worked for Combs as a party promoter. Smooth invited Plaintiff to an exclusive party at Las Vegas's popular poolside lounge called Club Rehab. Smooth made it clear that this was an exclusive celebrity party and Plaintiff's two friends were not invited, only Plaintiff. Despite having some awkwardness with this project, I'm not going to work without my friends. I'm not going to work without my friends. Like, I'm just like, because if you try to separate me from my friends and I don't know you like that, like, know what you want. So I need somebody around me that care about me. So if something happens, like, at least there's people around me that care, you know. I'm not going around a whole bunch of strangers and something happened to me because y'all know about me. So I'm not going to work by myself, but okay. Plaintiff, with the encouragement of her friends, decided to attend the party and potentially network with influential people out there. While at the party, Plaintiff met many celebrities, including Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, and Nicki Minaj. She saw more that she did not meet. So that means she did meet Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj? Because she didn't name nobody else. Now, I will say this. She do have pictures. Y'all, she got pictures. She do got pictures. But there, and she has videos too. Pictures and video. Okay. Plaintiff also took videos of Combs at the party and posted them on her Instagram. Stills from the video are shown below. Okay. So she do got pictures, she got videos, okay. Plaintiff did as was suggested by Combs and took a few sips of what she thought to be vodka from one of the open bottles. About 40 minutes after having 1 to 2 drinks from the Ciroc bottle, Plaintiff began to feel nauseated and dizzy, slowly losing control of her motor functions. This occurred around 8 a.m. in the evening. A photograph of an exemplary container used by Combs and his employee agents to insert GHB into alcohol drinks is seen below. Ooh, look. Adria ain't got this. Adria ain't got this, girl. Look. Girl. Ooh. Ooh. She said this was, how they distributed the GHB and also put it next to a pen to show how small it was, because, of course, looking at that, you would think it's something else. That is the container that they used to put the GHB inside of the alcohol, allegedly. Allegedly. Girl. La, 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 la. Crazy. Crazy. So at least she got some, things backing her. This I could go with. This I could be like, okay, let's talk. If a person did like want to interview, and stuff like this because nobody else has this stuff. So I do feel that there is some truth, coming from what she is saying. I really have no reason to question what she's saying, besides the fact that she said she was unconscious, and when she woke up, how she felt, and she saw Diddy in her room. Okay, well, that's just an assumption. Like, do you know that? Did you get like an R kit done, or something like that, to where you can prove like DNA, and stuff like that? I don't know. But anyways, so Smooth directed her to an empty bedroom in the suite and told her to lie down there until she felt better. He told her not to worry about being disrupted because the door would be locked. The next thing the plaintiff recalls is waking up the following morning feeling very groggy and sore. Her entire body hurt and it felt difficult to move. As soon as she awoke, she saw Combs in the corner of the room shirtless and yelling loudly with animation at someone over on the phone. He was the only person in the room with her, and it was clear that someone else had been in the bed with her. So I'm assuming like the bed probably wasn't made up, or there was like a body print, something, or maybe there was another person in the, who knows. Out of fear, confusion, the plaintiff remained silent and still until Holmes left the room, and she heard the front door to the suite close. Plaintiff eventually got up and realized she was naked, and her general soreness was more aggravated in her genital area. Plaintiff was horrified to realize that she was R-worded by Combs. She found her belongings, including her dead cell phone, and made her way back to Hotel Rio, where her friends were staying. Upon arriving to Hotel Rio, plaintiff's friends were shocked to see the state she was in. So here's my thing. How did she get the pictures of the GHB container? How did she get that picture? And it seems to be in the hotel. So how did you get that? I'm just saying. How did you get this if you're saying you waited in the room, you heard the front door shut to the hotel room, and then as soon as it did, you gathered your stuff and made your way back to Hotel Rio? Well, when did the taking and stuff when did that happen? And your phone wasn't on; it was dead because you said that you grabbed your dead phone. Whatever. I questions. That's all. I'm not saying she's lying. These questions are going to be asked. Like they're going to want to know, how do you have these like how do what? And then if it was a Memorial Day weekend, how do you not remember the day it happened? So it was a Memorial Day weekend. Okay, so was it Friday? Was it Saturday? Was it Sunday? Because whichever of those days it is going to be the actual date of it happening. But she says Memorial Day weekend. So if you can say that it happened Memorial Day weekend, you should be able to, because Memorial Day is a day. So was it on Memorial Day? Was Monday the Memorial Day? So people were partying for the weekend. So was it the Sunday or the Saturday or the Friday? Like you don't know the date. I don't know. I question stuff like that. But anyways, out of fear, confusion, plaintiff remained silent and still until Combs left the room. Where could I read that? Plaintiff eventually got up, realized she was naked in general soreness and that area. Plaintiff was horrified to realize that she was already by Combs, and that is still another thing that I'm questioning, because how do you know it was him? How do you know? I can see if you woke up through it and remembered him, seeing him, because these are going to, again, these are going to pass. It was a party. It was an after party. It was a big room. So there could have been a lot of people there. I'm sure there was a decent amount of people there. So how do you know that it was Combs? Like, how do you know that? Is my thing. That is different. But okay. She found her belongings, including her dead cell phone, and made her way back to Hotel Rio, where her friends were staying. I'm told her real friends were shocked to see the state she was in. They tried to help her. Plaintiff indicated that all she wanted to do was shower and rest. So you washed all the evidence off you, girl. Poor thing. She remembered vague glimpses of her friends trying to wake her up and offer her water. Afterwards, friends told her they did their best to take care of her during that time, but she was largely incoherent. In the aftermath of the assault, plaintiff struggled with intense emotional pain and mental health issues, feeling disgusted and deeply distressed. Plaintiff has experienced a significant impact on her personal life. She struggles to make relationships when it's violated. Any intimacy is like out of the door. It is very hard to open up to people. It is romantic. It is hard to let someone hug you, kiss you, cuddle. Because during that violation, you always like want to protect yourself after that. So when people say that, like, well, how can a person be responsible for you not being able to maintain a relationship? Because it affects you. It really does. Having triggers and glimpses of things that happen to you that triggers you to fall into a depression. You know, not everybody's going to stick it out with you. You know, if you are tormented by your past, not every partner that you're going to get with is going to be accepting of it. They're not going to be like, okay, you're going to be depressed for a couple days. You know, I'm going to stick around to get. Sometimes the depression lasts weeks, months. You know, and not everybody's going to stick it out. Not everybody's going to be by your side. You know, some people will, and it be healthy relationships, good people. You know, a lot of times that victims lose out on because they're not really ready for that next step. You know, therapy and stuff like that's why it's so important to talk to someone instead of sitting there bottling it up, because that's usually a big part of the depression is not speaking. Most people that are depressed are in their head. You know, so that means they're quiet. You know, a lot of depressed people are quiet unless they're like in the public. So if they're like hanging out with friends and stuff like that, that's why when certain things happen to people, they're just like, oh my God, I had no idea, you know, that they were feeling like that, because that mask, you know, that they'll put on so that people don't worry. You know, depressed people don't want to be worried about like that, you know. They don't want you to worry about them because they feel like they've been through it before, you know, they've gotten out of it, you know, they will, but sometimes you need help, you know, getting out of those depressions. You can't do everything alone. So, yeah, so a lot of relationships and then just being sexual at all for a lot of people that have been violated, it is not an easy thing to recover from. So there is a lot of times to where they may give consent and, you know, want you to do it, but then there may be times to where they're triggered or, you know, are having constant reminders of certain stuff, and it's just not the time, you know, for them to be sexual, you know, and not all men, especially, are going to wait around for stuff like that. You know, it's different being in a marriage and stuff because it's not just easy to separate. It's not that simple to just walk away. But when you're dating somebody, it's a little easier to do. So it does affect people. It does. And in many, many, many different ways. So I think that if this did happen to her, I feel bad for her because her friends ain't shit. Oh, I gotta wrap this up. Yeah, her friends ain't ish. Cause how your friend come back to the hotel? Now I understand you coming back to the hotel drunk. That I can get down with. Like you super coherent still, you know, you kind of slurring your words a little bit, or you know, you spilling stuff, you know, stumbling a little bit. Okay, that's you still intoxicated from the night before, and now that you are awake, you know, it's gonna slowly but surely start to get out your system. So you know, you need to drink water, eat something, you know, maybe lay down for a little while, you know, rest, and try to get rid of the hangover. But if you to the point to where you're so incoherent that like you can barely stay conscious and stuff like that, just out of fear of like alcohol poisoning and things like that, I feel like you should get your friend some medical attention. You absolutely should. Your friend can barely stand and all of that, and you just, oh girl, you fucked up. No, it's beyond that. And we in Vegas, I mean, Sin City, you know, yeah, like maybe we should get her in. That's how I would think. You know, maybe we should take her to the doctor, even if she don't feel like going. Like, because what if something is really happening with her, and we all just sitting here just watching it, you know, and we could have prevented it, but we're not doing anything. She just gonna get over it. What if she don't? Then that fall on us. So yeah, I just think that her friends are trash. Because she said she slept for 2 days. That's not alarming. 2 whole days after one night. Now, see if she partied the whole weekend. No, sound like one day she got popped, and when she did, poor thing was just exhausted. Couldn't move, barely could wait, could stay conscious long enough to have a conversation. No. And then you got to look at the other flip of the coin. If she was so incoherent, how did she make her way back to Hotel Rio? How did she make it big? If you're incoherent like that, you're not even going to really be able to hold a conversation with somebody like that, because you know that's going to be going in and out of consciousness. So how did you make it all the way back to Hotel Rio? Was it like next door? Was it like next door? I think I'll took her. It says plaintiff eventually got up and realized she could, and the general soreness was more aggravated in her genital area. Plaintiff was horrified to realize she was already by combs. She found her belongings, including her dead cell phone, and made her way back to the Hotel Rio where her friends were staying. Don't say nothing about her getting in a hotel. I mean, a limo, a Uber, a taxi. Says she made her way back to the hotel. So I was like, how did that happen? How did you get there if you were incoherent? Most people that are incoherent, like when you get to the point where you're so drunk or like drugged out of your mind, you don't remember too much. Kind of got to sober up a little bit before you can start remembering. You know, I'm surprised she even remember who she was there with. You know, being in Vegas, you know, say if you like you live in Vegas, that's different. But if you're in a foreign area, drunk is, you know, me getting drunk where I live at, like in the city I live in, it's completely different than me getting drunk in like Cali, me getting drunk in New York. Me getting drunk in New York, my friends probably would have found me either at the police department, the hospital, or in the New York drains or the sewers, the streets somewhere. And if I was in Vegas, they probably would have found me somewhere on the strip with all the other homeless people. Because that's probably where people would have directed me to, me being incoherent and stuff like that. Places like Vegas have a high population of homeless people, you know, and whatnot. So it's like, well, how did you get back? Because Diddy left before her, which also don't necessarily make any sense. Because, like, why would he leave before you? Wasn't it his room? Wasn't it his suite? And you were the only person there? There was nobody else? So did you, like, were there any other women or men that were there? Because in the video that she posted, she wasn't the only person there. There was other women. You can see it's like 3 girls behind Diddy. So were you the only one? Because her story, it sounds like when she woke up, she said it was just her and Diddy was in the corner. Where was Smooth? And then she said Diddy was yelling on the phone. To who? Diddy travels with an entourage. He don't do nothing by himself. He don't really go nowhere alone. And he also not left alone. So when Diddy left the hotel room, because she said that when she heard the door shut, was he with people or was he by himself leaving? Because he usually always travels with some type of security, whether they're standing right outside the door or standing right next to him. So I don't know. I just have questions. That's all. But Jane Doe, the judge is requesting that she reveal herself, or he's going to do it for her if she wants to proceed. The only way, pretty much, that her identity won't be placed out there is if she drops her lawsuit. But at this point in time, her back is kind of against the wall. And she is not the only one. Tomorrow we're going to read from another to another Jane Doe that the judge is requesting reveal their identity. So the judges are cracking down on these Jane Does. If you a Jane Doe suing, you could cut it. You could cut it. They're not doing anonymous lawsuits. No judge is going to approve an anonymous lawsuit because you wrote Sean Diddy Combs on it. They're not going to do that. And again, a lot of these are crimes. She said that he R-worded her. That is a crime. So these are other charges that can be brought up on Diddy. The prosecution can request these people as witnesses. I think that's another reason why the judges are not playing about them being Jane and John Doe's, because they are listing crimes. They're not listing somebody stole their car or set their house on fire, or or something to where you could sue for like, owe them a bill, or didn't pay them after they did their hair. And so these are literal crimes that y'all are on here saying, okay? And they could use these things against Diddy in court. So you don't think the prosecution stuff, like, they pushing too? They're like, yeah, can we get these Jane Does and say, what not to come forward? What's their name? So we can, because they want to reach out to them as well, get subpoenaed and things in that nature. So, so how can file her? She didn't say anything about a housekeeper. She didn't say anything about a housekeeper. I didn't see. I mean, it's possible, but if so, she didn't say it in her lawsuit. And it's very important to anything that happened that you will say in court that it's in your lawsuit. You put it in black and white. You put it in black and white. Because it makes you look away if you go to court and then you're like, oh, well, the maid or housekeeping actually found me. Well, you said that you woke up, you saw Diddy in the corner, you heard him yelling to someone on the phone, and then you got up and left after you heard the door close. You didn't say that the housekeeping came and actually, woke you back. You fell asleep after you heard the door shut. You don't get to change your story up here. Like, no, you got to keep it the same. You are under oath, So you don't want to incriminate yourself. You don't want to make it look like you're not telling the truth at all whatsoever. You want to make it look like you are. I mean what I say. I could say it 20 times in a row because I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth. The truth changes. So, yeah, we will definitely see. So shout out to her. I wish her the best. Again, I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth at all. I have no reason to say that she's lying. But we will be checking in on these lawsuits and seeing who's got dismissed, who's didn't get dismissed. So yeah, so I love you guys. So I'm gonna get out of here and until the next show. Thank you for all the super stickers. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you, moderators, for working as hard as y'all work. Oh my goodness, I love y'all. Until the next show, I'll see y'all. Bye.